Now, the only locally produced farm radio show with agricultural news, information, interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly cloudy and blustery good morning to you. I hope your day's going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Matthew Lester, looking at the dark clouds out there and the gusty winds. Not all that bad of a start as far as the morning goes. At least we didn't have much of a wind. Overnight, very mild temperatures. In many cases, didn't even drop below 50 degrees, and temperatures moved upward as we've gone through the morning hours, but all of that ahead of a wind shift line that's going to be moving through here as we move into the afternoon, and along with that wind shift behind it, temperatures are going to drop rather dramatically. Right now, Matthew, we started off at right around 50, 51. Where are we at right now?
Well, over at the airport, it's cloudy at 55. Over in Midland, it's cloudy at 56. Here, Radio Center, it's also cloudy at 56. We have west winds at 16 miles per hour, gusting up to 23 miles per hour, and our pressure is at 29.73, and it's rising.
We have a few locations right now that are looking at wind gusts of close to 30 miles per hour, and we do expect the winds to pick up just a little bit more before we begin to see the wind direction change. Instead of the west, it looks like more of a northwesterly wind as we go into the afternoon. Now, north and west of us, that northwesterly wind has begun to take effect. But the interesting thing is along with that shift to northwest, the wind speeds have actually died down. Temperatures obviously have died down as well. You take a look at northern Michigan right now in the northwest corner. They're talking, 40 degrees right now in Gaylord. Grayling is 43. Sheboygan, Charlevoix, Cadillac, all at 45. Rogers City is at 43. Traverse City at 46. A little bit of light rain, but the majority of the precipitation has stayed pretty much in northern Michigan. And it doesn't really appear like we're going to see much of any precipitation as that wind shift line moves through the Great Lakes Bay area. Maybe a glorified sprinkle, but that's going to be about it. So behind it, temperatures are dropping anywhere from 10 to 15 degrees. The wind is changing as far as direction, coming out of the northwest. And right now, I'm not looking at any wind speeds of more than 16 miles per hour. Matter of fact, last time I looked here, the Grayling-Gaylord area, they had variable winds under 5 miles per hour. So that is good news. We'll be looking at gusty winds here for a little bit moving into the early afternoon, but then things should die down rather nicely. Temperatures are actually going to die down as well, clearing skies as we move into the early evening hours. There's going to be just a few clouds around with not much of a wind coming out of the northwest and a little bit out of the west at maybe 8, 9, 10 miles per hour. 32 is what we're going to be looking at as far as a low temperature. And during the day tomorrow, sunshine. Once again, clouds will be moving in late. There will be a spotty shower around. 50 degrees for a high, 40 for a low. There's going to be tomorrow a low pressure system over the Dakotas that's going to take a northeasterly direction, and that low will wind up east of Lake Superior during the day on Friday. So what does that mean? Well, what that means is late tomorrow night into the early morning hours on Friday, once again, we are going to see clouds and a chance of some precipitation. I think the chance of precipitation is going to be much better on late Thursday night and early Friday morning than what it will be today. We're not looking for any real strong gusty winds out of this thing because that low will be a rapid mover. But at this stage, it does appear as though rain is in the forecast for Friday, but clearing as the day goes on. And along with that clearing, we are going to warm up a little bit more. After a high tomorrow of 50 and a low of 40, Friday, 55 for a high, 36 for a low on Friday night. There is going to be the chance after midnight, once again, of seeing some showers around. But that's only going to be temporary because Saturday We'll start off with partly cloudy skies, but then clouds as we move into the late afternoon and the evening hours. I think we'll settle at about 45, 46 degrees for a high. Saturday night, 28 for a low. There will be moisture. There will be precipitation. At this stage, it does look like there will be some snow mixed with rain on Saturday night, but don't worry as far as travel is concerned. Everything is still quite warm, so whatever we do get will melt rather rapidly. During the day on Saturday, there will be some clouds to start off. Then there's going to be a chance of some rain and snow and mix as we go into the later afternoon and the evening hours. 40 will be our high on Sunday. 22 will be our low on Sunday night. Then moving into Monday, we'll still have a chance of some precipitation. It will be in the form of snow flurries, more than likely. 38 for a high, 22 for a low on Monday night. Then moving into Tuesday, partly cloudy skies, and we'll start to warm up just a little bit. We'll make it up to 40. We should be at 51 for this time of the year. And as we move into the second half of the work week next week, we'll be a whole lot closer to normal, but still we'll be averaging below normal. Now, for the period that takes us through next week, temperatures on average will be below normal. Precipitation patterns will be below normal as well. But once we move into deer hunting, opening day, firearm deer hunting season, right around the 15th, and take us into the 18th, we are going to be looking at temperatures running above normal. Precipitation pattern to also be above normal. Record high in the state is 75. We won't see that. That was set back in 1978. The record low was 12. Thank goodness we won't see that. That was set back again in that very cold year, November cold, 1951. The warmest ever, 5th of November, 2015. 74 was our high, 56 was our low. The coldest ever, you guessed it, 1951. We only made it up to 30 with a low of 12. And back in 1945 on this date, we picked up right around an inch of snow. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by, Matthew, what's going on today?
Coming up next, we have Cody Harris from Star of the West, and we also have Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
Well, before we get to them, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
Nutrient Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrient Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrientagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound-up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrient Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Back a few days ago, we had wind gusts of close to 50 miles per hour here in the Great Lakes Bay area. And some folks did report a little bit of damage on their roof. Why? Well, the shingles were lifting just a little bit. You know, you probably have had the problem before. Either you didn't know it or you decided, well, I'll just put it off and maybe come another year or so, we'll have it fixed. That's not exactly a good idea, because sometimes when you really don't want it to happen, those shingles will do more than just lifting. They're actually going to blow around. And what do you got underneath? Well, it's kind of scary. AskBenHow.com. That's where you should be going, because Ben knows, he knows roofs. Let's just put it that way. He knows that just like maintaining the equipment that you have, it's always a good idea to make sure that your roof has maintenance too. And that's where Ben and Roof Max do deliver. 989-859-6751. That's the telephone number. You should be giving him a call, because he does do and he is doing free roof assessments right now. The RoofMax product restores flexibility. It does extend the life of your roof, and you will save thousands of dollars and one big headache. It's not about replacing a roof as much as it is to just see what you can do with the roof. And if it needs replacement, well, Ben will tell you. RoofMax, that's the product that I like. That's the product I used, and I'm really happy that I did. A little care today is going to save you a whole lot more tomorrow. Get a hold of Ben today at RoofMax at 989-859-6751. Cody Harris, good morning. How are you this morning?
Doing good. How you guys doing today?
Well, looks like you picked the short straw today because soybeans rebounded after that tough day yesterday.
Yeah, it looks like we got actually a pretty good day across the board. It seems like soybeans have finally kind of leaked over into the corn and wheat market and pulling them up in the green as well. So that's mostly due. We had a little confirmation last night that China is going to suspend some of the retaliatory tariffs on U.S. ag goods. Even though I think there's a little caveat though. I think they're still going to tax U.S. beans at 13% tariff rate, but overall, the market's seeing that as a good thing and moving in the right direction.
Yeah, it sounds that way. As far as the crop goes, do we have a lot of crop to get rid of to the Chinese and whoever's buying out there?
I would say as far as the soybeans are concerned, yeah, soybean market in itself has been looking for this news. I would say demand as far as biodiesel and biofuel and meal and crush has been steady to keep up with that market, but especially open up that door if we can get any export business for those soybeans. That definitely is seen as beneficial, even in our neck of the woods on this end. So any news like that is definitely going to be beneficial for us and our farmers here.
Are guys taking advantage of some of these price movements right now, Cody?
Yeah, I would say the last few days or so, there's definitely more activity across the board. I know soybeans are at probably a month and a half high, especially with this news. Wheat as well. I think mid-October, early October is the highest it's been since then. So you're starting to see a little cash movement on that side, which is a good thing. A lot of guys kind of on the front end of it, price them out, get a little cash flowing, and with this this bull market, definitely kind of continue to watch it and keep kind of riding along with it because it could flip in a hurry if anything kind of doesn't come to fruition on this end. But you're definitely seeing a lot more cash movement and selling these last few days across the board.
Moving into the end of the year, there's some bills that have to be paid.
That is correct. Yep. So I mean, I know it's not great, but the timing, I will take it right now rather than not having it. That's for sure.
Yeah. So right now on the board, what do you have, Cody?
Yeah. Currently, right now, I have cash wheat. That's up 2 at the moment. 537 on the white, 462 on the red. New crop 2026 wheat. I'll call that up 2 as well. We got 573 on the white, 489 on the red. Look over at cash and new crop corn. That's up 2 at 369. And then cash and new crop soybeans are up 9 at the moment at 1046.
You have a great day and stay out of that wind, all right?
Thank you. Will do. Appreciate it.
All righty. Cody Harris over at Star of the West. A little bit more in depth. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joining us. The Market Report brought to you by Thumb Bank, serving agriculture since 1895. And now they've got 13 locations throughout the Thumb and the Great Lakes Bay region to take care of business right now as we approach the end of the year. Thumb Bank, where relationships are built on trust. Market Report also brought to you by Legendary Tree Care, tree trimming, tree removal. You got branches flying all over the place when it gets gusty. Legendary Tree Care, they're there to help. No job too big, no job too small. They're fully licensed and insured, and they do specialize in those big projects. LegendaryTreeCareMI.com or like them on Facebook. Doug Klein, good morning.
Good morning.
Well, what did the elections do to the market?
That's all good. Did not get to new highs on any of the indexes, but Canadian Solar hit a new high today for the year. They're back up to $26 a share from $6 a share back in April. So that's been a good move if you had some money to spare way back then and you had the guts to stay in while Trump was downplaying everything green. So,
and all the smoke.
You never know.
All the smoke blocking out the sun. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. All that stuff going on. FMC again hit a new low today, but it kind of sort of bounced back. So it's not there now. So we'll have to see what what plays out with that. But I don't know. It's kind of a weird market again today. Hopefully seeing some legs on these grain markets. They certainly could use a little relief on those. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, so here's your numbers. December corn, 434.5, up 3. The March corn, 448 3/4, up 4. The November soybeans, 1117, up 8 3/4. January soybeans, 1130.5, up 9. December wheat is 551 3/4, up 1.5. And the March wheat 565, up 2 1/4. And I did see ADM had their earnings, and they were shy on revenue, and so they're getting pounded down about 5%. Not the end of the world, but it could be soon if they keep it up. Who knows? Over to energy, crude oil is at 60.16. That's down 40 cents. Heating oil is 245.36. That's up 9/10 of a penny. Gasoline 192.06, down 2/10 of a penny. Natural gas 450.5, up or down 6.5 cents. Over to currencies, Canadian dollar. The Canadian dollar, the U.S. dollar buys 141.13 Canadian. That's up 10 ticks, and that shows the Canadian economy getting weaker all the time. The dollar buys 154.21 yen. That's up 54 ticks. The euro's at 114.79, down 3 ticks. And the dollar's at 100.27, up 6 ticks. Gold's at $39.7260. That is up $24.90. Silver's $47.58, up 45.5 cents. Platinum's $15.5270, up $2. And copper's at $492.60, unchanged.
Unchanged. Taking a break.
Yeah.
I wish we all could. Let's put it that way.
I'm telling you.
Talk to you later, Doug. You have a good one, all righty?
Okay. Yep.
Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain. Vic Huffer, he's ready to answer any questions you might have as you get ready to put a few things in line here by the end of the year and talk about 2026. Remember, they are your Dairyland Seed headquarters. You should be checking them out for that as well. Serving you is their business. They've been doing it since 1983, Freeland Bean and Grain. Farm Service also brought to you today by the folks at Quality Roasting of Reese, offering competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. Give them a call for a quote today. Coming up next, Matthew, who do we have on deck?
Coming up next, we have Travis Christian from Nutrient Ag.
But before that, let's take a listen to this.
Powerlift hydraulic doors. Ever heard of them? Powerlift Hydraulic Doors is the largest hydraulic door manufacturer in North America, manufacturing and installing hydraulic doors for over 30 years. Covering the entire state of Michigan, we can custom design your new door up to 150 feet by 45-foot clear opening. We can fit your airplane hangar, agricultural shed, industrial or commercial structure with a strong, reliable, and high-performance door. Nothing beats a Powerlift hydraulic door built right here in Marlette, Michigan. Our custom hydraulic doors are designed for your toughest jobs.
Hi, I'm Andy. The price we give you is the installed price, and you deal with us from the beginning to the end. To schedule your Powerlift door consultation, call 989-635-8017 and ask for Andy, or visit powerliftdoorsmi.com. Powerlift Hydraulic Doors of Michigan. When you need it done right, we lift you above the rest.
At Beta Seed, there's a science to breeding confidence. Each hybrid we release represents a decade of research and testing designed to drive yields, manage disease, and perform in your region and on your farm. Our breeders never stop pushing for what's next, creating hybrids that deliver more value with every generation. Because confidence isn't claimed, it's proven. Learn more at betaseed.com. Beta Seed, breeding confidence.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Frankenmuth Credit Union. You know, they can help. They've got lines of credit, equipment loans, financing for purchasing land, credit cards, and more. Make them your hometown financial solution if they aren't already. Find out more by going to frankenmuthcu.org. That's the Frankenmuth Credit Union. Along with us from Nutrien, we have Travis Christian. Travis, any suggestions for our producers now as we wrap things up for the year?
You know, Terry, that's a really good question. I think one of the most recurring themes I've run into at the farm gate, and I think one of our local guys on the west side near where I live summed it up the best. What can I do that isn't going to cost me a fortune? In fact, is going to save me money, but won't let my yield slip heading into next year because I still need every bushel to cover my fixed costs. And on one hand, it's like, yeah, if only, right? And on the other hand, I think there's some really basic things that we can do to make sure that we don't go backwards while still helping us make sure we're as efficient as possible with every dollar. And it's doing the basic things right. I mean, if we can work crop residue under when the soil conditions are really good this fall, that's going to go miles into helping us release all of that nutrition in that crop material. And maybe you can look at if you had a calmer corn head that shreds that stuff up so good, or you had a way to break up those stalks, that is so critical into releasing all of that complex nutrition and being able to actually take advantage of it during next year's cropping season. We also can put nitrogen on, but more than that, using a product like Extract, which is biocatalyst technology from Loveland Products, to actually chemically break that down faster and release that faster, and it'll work over the whole course of the winter, even if it gets cold, is critical. Dr. Bilo at the University of Illinois looked at that technology and partnered alongside Threaded Residue, saw huge responses on their research farm to yield with Extract. So to me, that is a great way to capitalize on taking advantage of the nutrition I already have without having to spend a boatload of money on more fertilizer.
Good suggestions. Travis, you take care. We'll talk to you again. All righty?
Thank you very much.
You bet. Travis Christian with Nutrien Ag. Well, we've got him on the line, Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency. And Craig, pretty quick, the firearm deer hunting season is going to take place. We got to get those guns up north, don't we?
You're right, Terry. You mentioned that earlier. And yeah, in 10 days, there's going to be all kinds of firepower out in the woods. And insurance companies treat guns a little differently than most items. When they're in your house, they're covered as part of the contents. But when you take them up north, the coverage changes. And mainly when it comes to theft, if the guns are stolen out of deer camp, there's a much smaller limit available for the company to pay than if it's at your house. So if you got some high dollar guns that you like to take up north, you might be a good idea to make sure you got the coverage you want on those before you get to camp.
Yeah. You talk about expensive.
Right. Yeah, I know some folks have their gun collections more than their wives' jewelry collection, so we try not to bring that up too often.
Oh, I guess not. Craig, you take care. Have a good day, all right?
All right. You too, Terry. Thank you.
You bet. We'll be right back.
It's been an unreasonably warm fall. Hard to believe harvest is already here, but that's how it goes. Mother Nature runs the show, and the cycle keeps moving forward. At ACH Seeds, we take the same long view. It takes nearly 10 years to bring a new sugar beet variety to market, and every step of that process is focused on helping your operation grow into the future. From all of us at ACH Seeds, thank you for another season of partnership. We look forward to growing with you.
Sugar beet harvest is a special time of year. The sounds, the smell, and the teamwork are like nothing else. This is Peter Maxwell, your ACH Seeds representative, with a friendly reminder to keep safety a top priority this harvest season. Encourage your crews to stay alert in the field and drive carefully as they deliver this year's crop. You've built an incredible legacy, one worth protecting. Thank you for your continued trust in ACH Seeds.
ACH Seeds, growing with you.
Farm Service has been brought to you today by the folks at Krizak's House Family Restaurant. Planning an event and you need some food? Get this down now. 989-894-5531. Krizak's will get it ready for you. All you got to do is stop by, pick it up, and you will love the results. Krizak's House, corner of Cass in Michigan on the south side of Bay City. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude with the playing of our national anthem, brought to you by Euclid Avenue Coin in Bay City.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.